Hi everyone. So for today's video, we are going to be focusing on the topic, I can multiply a fraction times a fraction. So that's what we're really going to be focusing on. So one of the things that we want to be able to do is to show with a visual how I would multiply a fraction. So if we look here, we see 3/4 times 1/2. So for this, to create a visual, I'm going to show 1/2 as a square. And then I look to the denominator in order to show how much I need to break my square up into. So I see fourths first. So I'm going to show fourths vertically. And then it says 3/4. So I'm going to shade those in. And then next it says 1/2. So I'm going to split up my box to show halves horizontally. And I'm going to choose a different color and I'm going to show 1/2 shaded in. So if I look at the horizontal side, I see here is where I see 1/2. So then with my visual, where the two numbers overlap, that is going to be my answer. So my square is now not just broken into fourths or halves, but I'm going to count up the number of pieces, and that will be my new denominator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to show this as eighths. And then where the two overlap, that's going to be what my numerator becomes. So I see that there's 1, 2, 3, where I have both pink and blue in the square. So 3/4 times 1/2 becomes 3/8. And then I think to myself, is there any way that I can simplify this number any further? Is there a number that goes into both the numerator and into the denominator? 3 is a prime number, so the only two numbers that go into it are 1 and 3. And if I divide anything by 1, I'll just get itself, so that doesn't make any difference. And if I divide 3 by 3, I would get 1. But 8 is not divisible by 3, so I can't simplify it any further. So I'm going to show that by boxing it up. So then, if I want to show it numerically, I'm going to multiply my numerator times my numerator. And I'm going to multiply my denominator times my denominator. So 3 times 1 is 3. And then 4 times 2 is 8. So if I look to check, does it check out with both? Yes, it does. So I'm going to box that one up. So if I look at another example, sometimes I'm multiplying my, my fraction times a whole number, just like we practiced before. So I can show this as 6/7. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I have to do another box because I have 2 holes this time. And remember, when we're doing our math drawings, it can just be a really quick shade. It does not have to be like perfectly shaded in. So if I count up all of the columns that I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12, and each box has been split into 7 pieces. So I have 12 sevenths. So then I can simplify this number. I could either subtract out a whole, I could take away 7 sevenths, or I could think to myself, how many times does 7 go into 12? And 7 goes into 12 one whole time. And then I have to think, how many do I have left over? So 12 minus 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 5 sevenths. And I can't simplify that any further, so I'm going to box that up. When we're trying to show this problem numerically, what we're going to do is we're going to rewrite 2 wholes as a fraction. So in order to do that, I will show 2 over 1, and then I'm just going to multiply across again. So 6 times 2 is 12, 7 times 1 is 7. I'm going to simplify, and I get 1 and 5 sevenths. So for today, what I'm going to ask you to do is you're going to be working on page 3 in your multiplying and dividing fractions packet, and you're going to complete all of the work on page 3.